What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 131 of Two Dudes Sports News. As always, me is Garrett here, my co-host.
What it do? What it do? This is Jalen Prince. Dog, you lagging.
I don't know what's going
Nah,
on.
you good now.
Okay, I'm good now. All right. Well, the audio is going to come out weird, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
I ain't
you
worried
good now.
about it. So, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, it is my fault we've been delayed. I got a lot of work things going on, and our schedules haven't been able to line up, so it's on me. That's my fault, and I apologize. But we're back again. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. We'll get a couple things we're going to talk about before we get too into it. As always, you guys know what to do. Follow us on Twitter, X, TikTok, YouTube, all TDSN Pod. TikTok's got an underscore in there, but it's fine. Go check all that stuff out. Follow us on Twitter. You can find when we're actually streaming. We always post a couple minutes before we do, so you guys can chime in. We got comments up. We'll read the YouTube comments as we go. That's the best place to chime in. If we like the opinion or if we dislike the opinion, we'll still probably read it. No, you can be a part of the episode. It's fun. But anyways, we're going to get right into it. We got a couple of things we want to get into. You guys know the rules. We keep it simple. 10 minutes per topic, 4 topics total. Get in, get out. Try to stay around 45, 50 minutes. Give some of y'all your night back. But we are going to start off with the Winter Olympics. And I'll be honest, man, I don't watch a ton of it. I really don't watch a ton. I don't know if you did, but I certainly didn't, which is probably on me. But I watched a little bit.
I didn't watch it.
Hold on, let me get something off real quick.
Yeah, you were lagging again, weren't you?
Hold on. There we are. All right. Sorry. Disconnected anything that's using Wi-Fi right now because for some reason the fiber internet over by me is being weird. But let's try this again. Yeah, I didn't watch a ton of the Winter Olympics, but I did get the final medal count. I did watch a couple things, and I know there were some weird scandals coming on right now too, but the final medal count as of today, Norway has 18 gold medals, 12 silver, and 11 bronze. The United States is in second place. 12 gold, 12 silver, and 9 bronze. Netherlands is in third. Italy is in fourth. And Germany is in fifth for total medal counts. So I guess Norway wins the Winter Olympics. I guess that's how we're doing it. I don't really know. I don't know if you saw it. But honestly, what's weird to me, do you know where most of the drama was this year when it came to the Winter Olympics?
Nah, where?
Curling.
Wait, what now?
Curling. The slidey the rocks on the ice. It's like shuffleboard, but on ice. That was where most of the drama was there this year. So, a couple scandals from the Winter Olympics of this year. There was some that skiing was a big one. The main one, first of all, there was a ridiculous trick shot where a guy did basically a 360 on the ice and then scored. It was crazy. But one of the biggest scandals that actually happened was Canada's Olympic curling controversy. Say that 4 times fast.
I'm not going to
try. So here's what's going on. Canadian men's curling team was swept up in cheating allegations Friday, February 13th. Team Sweden, led by skip Nicholas Eden, apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name, accused Team Canada, led by skip Team Brad Jacobs, of double touching the stone in the Canadians' 8-6 preliminary round win. Tensions boiled over between the squads as a not safe for work exchange ensured, resulting in a verbal warning from the world of curling. Basically, they said it's okay to touch the rock after the long line. I don't know the rules, but there was some cheating allegations around that, but it doesn't matter because Canada won gold, so good for them, I guess. Different cheating allegation from Norway, but we ain't going to get into that.
Bro, it hasn't been a good year for Canada.
No. But then we've got Ukrainian skeleton athlete disqualified over a helmet. He was banned from wearing a helmet in a tribute to more than 20 fellow athletes and coaches killed since Russia's invasion of his country. This is in Ukraine. We're not going to get too into that one either because this is not a political show. There's a lot of other weird things that we're not going to talk about because we try to make this a family-friendly show.
We really do. We really do.
Yeah. Apparently, a French biathlete wins gold after a credit card fraud conviction. There's just a lot of weird things going around the Olympic Village this year. Uh, but I mean, I watched a couple hockey things. The United States won gold in both men and women's
Th-
hockey.
that that was exciting. That hockey lineup. Well, so I'm not heavy. I'm not heavy into hockey like
I like
that,
it.
but I always give respect to the sport. But if you could compare like the NHL when they do their All Star game, their All Star week compared to the NBA, very much you can make a case that NHL their All Star game surpassed the NBA All Star game. Now, I will give the NBA credit this year. Just want to go and throw this out there, get this out the way. The NBA did do a good job as far as like I think the All Star game was fine, and we'll get more in depth about that. But I think what the NHL did when they made it like different countries go against each other
Oh, the
for
like
their
the
All
world.
Star,
Yeah,
yes, when they did
that
that,
was
that
cool.
was absolutely tremendous.
And it brings attention back to the sport. I like that a lot. Oh, we got to hold on.
Yes.
I like that a lot. But your mom said something to the comments. Hello, Mrs. Prince. But yeah, so I mean, the thing for me, like, I definitely agree that you get the three world tournaments coming in there. Like it was, or not three world, but yeah, the three country tournament there. Like it really brings something else to it, and it's really awesome. Honestly, like I like it a lot. I like kind of making it. It's kind of what baseball's trying to do with their global tournament thing, I guess.
Yeah, oh, no,
Kind
no, no,
of.
no. Whoa. Now the World Baseball Classic. Oh my God, I love that so much. Because
I'm not a
last year,
baseball guy.
no, four. I think it was 4 years. I think it's every 4 years. I think 4 years ago it was the final was USA and it was Japan and it was Mike Trout on a 2-out situation against Shohei Ohtani. That was cinematic baseball right there, and I loved every
I'll give you that.
second of it.
I'll give you that. And I like the baseball All Star game too. Like I know, or what was it, the home run derby last year? Home run derby is
Yes.
always exciting.
Well, yeah, it is. It beats out the NBA's 3-point contest.
What did you think of the dunk We're getting way off topic, but I don't care. What did you think of the dunk contest this year?
Not good.
I
Not good.
I don't think it's been good since 2016.
Nah.
I'll be honest.
Nah.
Like with Aaron Gordon versus Zach LaVine, like
No,
it hasn't been good since 2016.
real quick, check this out. So, like this year's on Team USA World Baseball lineup. For pitchers, it's Paul Skeens, Tariq Skubal,
Of
Clayton
course,
Kershaw. This is his last run before he goes into retirement. Logan Webb, Joe Ryan, Mason Miller, Clay Holmes, David Bednar, Whitlock, Matt Boyd, and Griffin Jacks. At catcher, you got Cal Raleigh, the AL MVP,
yeah.
versus Will Smith. You got infielders Bryce Harper, Paul Goldschmidt, Bobby Witt Jr., Gunnar Henderson, Alex Bregman, Bryce Terang, and Ernie Clement. Outfielders, you got Aaron Judge, Corbin Carroll, Pete Crow Armstrong, Byron Buxton, and Roman Anthony. Your designated hitter is Kyle Schwarber.
So we're winning the whole thing, is what I'm hearing.
And dog, I'm not sleep.
We're winning
I'm
the whole
not
thing,
sleep.
is what I'm hearing.
I'm not sleeping on Japan. I'm sorry, I
No,
can't do
no,
it.
no, no. But
I can't do it.
I like our
We
odds. I
should have win.
like our
Yeah,
odds.
we should win the whole thing,
I
but
like
like
our
can't
odds
do
a
it.
lot.
Can't do it.
Also, your mom was reminding us that Metter High School are the regional champions right now.
Shout out to my alma mater. Handle
There
their
we
business.
go.
They got their first round game. I think Wednesday at home against Johnson County,
And is this
and the
for
boy.
baseball or basketball?
This is all basketball. This is all
I
basketball.
got you.
We in full swing of basketball and basketball tournaments, especially here in Alabama right now. We're getting on to the like Elite Eight in the areas that I cover. We got about like 3 teams that's going to the Elite Eight. We got Sipsey Valley High School, we got Hillcrest girls, and Tuscaloosa County boys that are going against Thompson High for a trip to the Final Four. So shout out to those teams. Want to give them their respect there. There are a few teams that did not advance that I was highly disappointed in, but that's neither here nor there. Congratulations for the seasons. Y'all know who y'all are. Anyway,
Well,
let's move on.
speaking of that, let's get right into basketball. This is going to be a basketball heavy episode for
Yeah.
those who aren't basketball fans, so buckle up. We're just going to do an NBA general recap at this point. I mean, that's kind of the only sport we got going on right now, so we're going to rock with it.
Yo.
So right now, what I've got pulled up, and this is why you guys need to watch back on YouTube instead of listening in, which I appreciate both. Do both. Why not? Right now, I have the Western Conference standings pulled up after the All-Star break. Thunder obviously in first place with the Spurs not far behind. They're only three
They're
games
coming.
back.
They're coming.
Nuggets are 8 games back. Rockets are 8.5 back, and the Lakers are also 8.5 back. Pretty much everybody. Timberwolves too are 8.5 back. Suns are 10.5. Warriors are 13.5. Clippers are 6. That's it. Clippers, Trailblazers, y'all are done.
Yeah.
And pretty much everything beyond. If you're 16 games back, you got to go on a historic run.
The contenders in the West are as follows: Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, Timberwolves, and even though Steph is not playing right now, I still will put the Warriors in that mix. I can't put the Clippers in, especially after the whole trade with James Harden. Kawhi Leonard's playing good basketball right now, but we all know what happens around playoff time. Injuries might kick in, and for some unspoken reason, he's just not playing anymore. So I'm not holding my breath on that. The Grizzlies, they are what they are. But like I said, there's only there's only 8 contenders in the West right now that can realistically win it. But I still got the Thunder coming out of the West. The teams that I'm not going to underestimate, I'm not underestimate the Spurs. People want to throw out the whole experience thing. I gotta give them credit as far as their like dog. Folks want to say the experience stuff about the Thunder. Sometimes you're just young and you don't know no better. You're just gonna play ball and hoop
Yeah.
and trust that your coaches are gonna make the right decisions.
No,
But Stephon
100%.
Castle, Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Vassal, and you got a few, and I think you got a few veterans on that squad where you can make some noise. So, and again, Victor Wembanyama, the Joker's a specimen. So, like,
It's
as much
insane.
as I believe in the Thunder, the Spurs are right behind them, and they've already beaten them 3 times.
No, 100%. I think the Spurs, the Thunder, and the Nuggets are the big contenders here. And like the Timberwolves
Yep.
are always going to put up a fight, but I don't see them making a run this year.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough. Like Ant is one of the best players, is one of the top 4 best players, top 3 best players in the NBA. But the problem is like it can't just be just him, and I think
Let
it's just him. And
I'd say
if
he's top 5 and he's not 5.
yeah, he's top 5, not 5. But it's got to be more for the Timberwolves to have a chance. One is going to be depending on matchup. So let's look at it like this. I'm not going to think about the plan. I'm gonna say the top 8 right now is going to be what the playoffs are going to be. It is not going to be no plan because the Clippers, give me a break.
No.
Blazers, come on. Grizzlies and Grizzlies and the Mavs, no, it's all done.
Everything beneath it,
We're
Jazz,
just
Pelicans, Kings.
so right now we're just going to look at the Western Conference. We're going to look at the playoff picture based off what it is, what it looks right now off this top 8. So you will have the Thunder go against the Warriors. You will have the Spurs against the Suns. You will have the Nuggets against the T-Wolves, and then you got the Rockets and Lakers. So off the rip, if you think TV wise, you're going to get really good, entertaining basketball between the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, especially for the Nuggets to be able to get the rematch and some revenge on what the Timberwolves did to them about a few seasons ago. You get the Rockets and the Lakers. You get like LeBron versus KD.
Yeah.
So you get that. Spurs and Suns, you get a young, scrappy like Sun squad going against a young, scrappy Spurs squad. So that's going to be fast-paced basketball. And then you get the Thunder versus the Warriors. Like, that's history in of itself if you love
Right.
basketball. So the West is going to have some of the best matchups in that one. But like when you think about those matchups, like neither first round matchup is going to be a gimme. The closest gimme you got is possibly the Suns and the Spurs, and you'll pick the Spurs.
Yeah,
But other than that, there
100%.
is no gimme off of that. Now I'm not going to go ahead and pick advance on because that's too much to think about. But though, like that top 8 in the Western Conference right now, those will be the matchups that I would think are going to occur. Now, there's a lot of different like ladder pitches because again, Rockets and Lakers they can switch places. The Timberwolves can possibly move up some. Maybe the Suns can go on a run. Maybe the Warriors, if they get stepped back, they can go on a run. But like I think the Spurs and the Thunder have separated themselves so far from the closest competition, especially when we only got a few weeks, about a few months left of the season.
Oh no, 100%. I don't disagree with you on pretty much anything coming out of the West. Now the East is where we might disagree. Current East lineup, which is still surprising to me, the Pistons are in first place, which is not a sentence I would have expected to say at the start of the season. Celtics are in second. They did just beat the Lakers as of recording this, so that goes up a little bit. I guess another 5 games back versus 6. Knicks are in third, Cavs are in fourth, Raptors fifth, 76ers are in sixth, Heat are in seventh, Magic are in eighth. And then it's Hawks, Hornets, Bucks, Bulls, Wizards, Nets, and Pacers. Which, again, I don't see. The Hawks and the Magic are the only thing that I could see potentially switching around. I don't see the Hornets making a push. I don't see the Bucks making a push because Giannis is still hurt, isn't he?
Yeah, Giannis. Yeah, Giannis is still hurt, but either way, the Bucks are done.
Bucks are done. Bulls are done. Wizards are the Wizards.
Bro.
Nets are the Nets, and Pacers are the Pacers. Like,
bro, forget the hot takes and whatever term you want to call it. I'm just going to give my predictions. I think the Hornets can win enough games to move a little bit higher. I like this team.
It's a good team.
It's not just because of Brandon Miller. LaMelo's playing good basketball. They're coaching right. They're young. They're playing hard. They're playing hard. They can shoot with Nipple. They play good basketball. Their defense is not that bad. They got this kid named Moose who is scrappy, and we know what Miles Bridges is as far as a basketball player. He's gonna make some plays every once in a while. But the key thing in an NBA series is, can you play enough defense? Can you defend enough? And can you make shots when you need to make shots? And do you got stars that can play like stars when you need them to play like stars? And they got that. They lack experience, yes. But I think if they get that 7th or 8th seed, whichever, it's most likely going to be the 8th seed. They get the 8th seed, they can make some noise.
That's fair.
I think the Hornets can make some noise. Not NBA Finals, but they can they can ruffle some feathers. They can. That's a team. They're hot right now. They're playing good basketball. They're a team that can make some noise. That's number one. My Hawks, we just need to go ahead and just get ready for the draft. I understand. We're just looking for another disappointment. I like Jalen Johnson. We're going to build around him. We're going to have a top 3 pick this season. We got endless availability because, again, we'll talk about March Madness in a second. Because the prospects are endless. This is going to be one heck of a draft class. But we need to just go ahead and get ready for next season, build off of it, and then go from there. The Magic, the Magic and the Heat, I can't really get a good feel from them.
Heat are going to sneak in. They always do.
Well, the Heat are going to get in. It's a matter of who's going to win the East. And as much as people said, the East is wide open because Jason Tatum is out for the year. The Celtics are the number 2 seed in the East. Jaylen Brown's playing really good basketball. He's an MVP candidate. Now the Pistons, Pistons
are playing great.
Cade Cunningham is an MVP. If he's not leading candidate, he's the top 3, and it might not be number 3. I love what the Detroit Pistons are about. And for me, I don't like the Knicks.
Oh, God, no.
I don't like the Knicks. Cavs, we got to see more. Raptors, interesting. Sixers, you can't trust them in the playoffs. Don't matter who's on that team.
Cade is
even though I love VJ the Generator Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey.
Here's your top 5 currently, as of when was this? This was updated on February 13, 2026.
Okay.
So current MVP odds right now: SGA is 1, Jokic is 2, Luka is 3, Cade is 4, Wembanyama is 5. Then it's Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Ant, Brunson, and Kawhi. With Kawhi being in the race is insane. That's just me. But to me, I don't think the East is as wide open as you think. I think it's definitely, if we go back and we look at it, I have no faith in Philly. Pretty much from the 6th seed on, I have no faith.
Nope.
Cavaliers might shock some people. Raptors may upset some people, but I don't think they're going to make a deep run. I really think that it's between 3 teams max, maybe 4. And those 3 teams are Detroit, Boston, and New York to come out of the East. So, which, hey, as a Celtics fan, makes me really happy. But I think even without Tatum, the team is still doing well. It's a deep team. We're doing good. We're currently on a 3-game win streak. And then for the last 10, we're going to be 9-1. We're making some moves. So I'll take it. But yeah, you got anything to get into the NBA before we move into a different NBA issue?
No, not at the moment.
Well, let's talk about it. So, NBA has a tanking problem. We've known about this for a long time. This
NBA
is
got a lot
something
of problems.
they got a lot of problems, but Adam Silver, as of the last couple of days, has informed the league's 30 GMs that the NBA plans to make anti-tanking rule changes for the next season. Would you like to know what those currently are planned to be?
Give them to me.
All right. So currently, first round picks. These are a couple ideas that they pushed around. First round picks can be protected only top 4 or top 14 plus. So you can only, I think they're going to have like a top 4 protected pick, nothing beyond that. Lottery odds freeze the trade deadline or a later date. No longer allowing a team to pick top 4 in consecutive years and or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. Teams can't pick top 4 the year after making the conference finals. So basically, if they make the conference, and I'll break some of these down as we go on. Lottery extended to include all play-in teams, and then flatten odds for all lottery teams. So basically, the change of protection on first-round picks is kind of saying how like the Jazz and the Wizards having top 8 protected picks, and the Pacers trade with the Clippers, protected their first-round pick 1 through 4 and 10 through 30. Like that's weird. So the idea is to remove that idea and sort of only be like, okay, you can only protect the top 4 picks, the top 15. Lottery odds freezing to the trade deadline of the season. We all know that, meaning that, that's it. No top 4 picks in consecutive years or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. Hasn't been that common of occurrence since the league flattened the lottery odds in 2019, since then only the Houston Rockets and the Spurs have picked in the top 4 consecutive years. It's just more of a sit back type thing. But basically, for example, how the Hawks got the number 1 pick in the 2024 draft, took Zachary Richichet. If they'd won the lottery in 2023 or 2025, they would have selected Wemby or Cooper Flag. So it's kind of helped prevent that. Keep going here. Teams can't make top 4 picks right after making the conference finals. There's another one that's pretty rare occurrence is the league flattened the lottery odds. The 2020 Golden State Warriors and 2025 Dallas Mavericks are the only teams to pick in the top 4 the year after making the conference finals. May happen again this year with the Pacers, which is true. But that's kind of the idea behind that, is to stop teams like the Mavericks blowing up their entire roster and then taking Cooper Flag. Lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records. This is the system the WNBA. This is the system the WNBA has used since 2015. There's no question that has benefited the worst teams. In fact, since the WNBA implemented this change, there have been 5 instances of a team winning the number 1 pick in back-to-back years. Though it's worth noting that until last year, there were only 4 teams. 3 of those teams, go through that. The primary goal is to more fairly distribute the top pick to teams that have been stuck at the bottom. The 2-year aggregate lottery odds system would go a long way towards achieving that. So you basically have to suck for 2 years in order to get a really good lottery pick. Lottery extended to include play-in teams. Basically saying, hey, we're 20 games out. Let's just blow up the whole thing. Everybody sits, whatever.
Dog, here's my thing, and we need full screens on this while we give our takes on.
Yeah, I got you. I just wanted to read a couple of those things off.
Here's my thing. So, everything that's been going on with the NBA as far as the whole tanking issue, bro. First of all, some of the dumbest things that I've heard, well, by far the dumbest thing I ever heard was there should be no NBA draft, and let like college players or whoever prospects pick who they want to play for. Like, dog, that's the dumbest crap
That's
that I ever
stupid.
heard. Like,
That's so
pure. First, that's number one. Just want to get that out of the way. The second thing is dog. I don't believe in the lottery. I mean, look at MLB.
The lottery believes in you, Jalen.
Dog. Look at MLB. Look at the NFL. You look at every other draft that there is. If you have the worst record, you're getting the number 1 pick. Now, that might encourage more tanking because of the lottery. I get that. But, dog, we've seen so much shady stuff with this lottery crap. The moment that the Mavericks traded Luka Doncic, they get the number 1 pick, and they didn't have the worst record.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Cleveland traded LeBron. Cleveland let LeBron go to Miami. They get the Cleveland just happened to get the number 1 pick and get Kyrie. Dog, a lot of this just don't. I'm trying to think who the Pelicans traded let Anthony Davis go to the Lakers. The Pelicans get the number. Wait, did the Pelicans have the number 1?
They got 2. Ja went 1 and Zion went 2, I think. Hold on.
No. I'm trying to think. Did the Pelicans have the worst record in the NBA at that time? That's my only question. That's my only gripe because dog, the Pistons for the longest time had the worst record in the NBA for a bunch of years. And they either got 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 4.
Right.
If I'm and like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. So my thing is, I'm not a believer in the lottery. A lot of that stuff is just bogus, and it can be had. It's been a
So
proven fact.
AD requested the trade,
Yeah, we know that.
and they were fourth in the Southwest Division at the time. So they were basically just they weren't doing great at the time of the trade request. So
What did they? But did they have the worst record in the game?
I don't know if they had the worst one of the game. That was hard to go back
That
and check.
and that's my point. Like, if the NBA did it based on the worst record in basketball, albeit that would encourage more tanking, I get it. But at the same time, this lottery stuff ain't working, in
No,
my opinion.
I firmly agree that it should go to the worst team. So like if none of this tanking stuff, like either you're historically the worst team, if you win, because right now the way it's looking, Pacers are 15-43.
They're going to be a playoff team next year. Tyrese Halliburton's coming back.
Kings are 12-46. The way it goes right now, if the season ends today, Kings get the number 1 pick. Pacers get the number 2 pick.
Yep.
And then the Pelicans get the number 3 pick.
Yeah. If they did it based off that.
Pelicans get 3, Nets get 4. If it ends today, that's how this goes down.
But here's my other issue. Then you got those hold on. Here's my other issue. Then you got those unprotected first round picks. If a team has this certain amount of wins or goes this deep into a playoff, then another team get that pick. I don't like that crap, man.
Get rid of the unprotected picks. It's dumb. Or get rid of the protected picks. If you're trading something away, that's on you. There shouldn't be a situation to where like
you trade that pick, it's gone.
Exactly. None of this. Well, if we suck next year, we get the pick back. Like, no, that's dumb. Get rid of protected picks in general. No lottery odds. If you suck, and you get the first pick next year. That's it. It's real simple. Like, it's not that difficult.
It's really not.
And I think part of the problem too is yes, the NBA has a ton of games. Absolutely. And it's easier in like the NFL to say something like that, where it's like, hey, they only have 17 games. Worst team gets it. But also, there should be no reason why, a team that's on the outskirt of the playoffs ends up getting the number 1 pick. There's no reason for that. Like, that doesn't help anybody. That only helps the team.
I'm trying to think. There was a statement that you just had that I lost.
Oh, talking about length of schedule?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on like shorten the season?
I'm not opposed.
I'm not neither.
I'm not mad at it. Like, and honestly, for me, like, I don't really watch until after the All-Star break. I don't really watch. I don't watch NBA till after the All-Star break because I don't really care. It's at that point where, again, there's so many games. And if we go back and we look at this, look at the East. 5th place is only 9 games back. If you look at the West, 6th place is 9 games back. So, like, yes, those top 5, top 6 teams can change very, very quickly. And that's 2 weeks of games. You have 2 weeks going your favor, then you could be a 1 seed.
I want to ask you this. There was a debate on First Take about what is the better product, the NBA or college basketball.
College basketball.
Agreed.
I don't even think it's up for debate.
The conversation's not about talent because we know the NBA has more talent. The conversation bodes on the product of the sport. Now,
100%.
albeit you can say what you want about Charles Bediako, the dude from Baylor, the guy from Grand Canyon, Bailey. And I still think the Bediako stuff is bogus. Now, I'm an Alabama fan, but that's neither here nor there.
But then look at Cam Boozer. You've got
you can say about that. Look, talent we know is in the NBA. The manner of the product is you're going to get the matchups that fans want to see. You're going to get the players that they want to see play. Maybe not Kansas with Darren Peterson, but that's a story for another day. Other than that, you're going to get the primary matchups, the high ranking matchups that you want to see. And then we ain't even mentioned March Madness yet, and that's coming. But in college basketball, you have real rivalries. In college basketball, you might have those quote unquote regular season games that don't really matter. But then you get over into late parts, you're still going to face those teams that like, hey, you need to have a really good win on your resume. Therefore, a lot of those regular season games that really don't matter, it matters to be able to get you into the tournament. The NBA does not have that luxury because you have a playoff system. Now, I'm
Right.
not saying you got to change it, but the difference between college basketball, the biggest difference between college basketball and the NBA of why college basketball's product is a lot better than the NBA is because it feels like every game matters. You get the matchups that you want to see, point blank, period. You have a problem in the NBA. You don't really get the matchups that you want to see. You got
No,
certain guys in prime time, Sunday night basketball, Monday night basketball on ESPN, on NBC, on Amazon Prime. Whatever you want on ABC. You get games where a lot of the stars, if they're not hurt or actually injured, they don't play. They take a night off. And I feel like that's a bad idea for your stars to take night offs on games that are on prime time.
no, I completely agree.
You
And
don't have
like
that problem in college basketball.
no, and let's get into it. Name a more electric time of year when it comes to sports
March Madness.
than March Madness.
March
There's
Madness.
not. I don't. There's nothing better.
You
There
ain't
are
got to be
few,
smart. You ain't got to be a genius.
no.
Nothing.
This is the epitome of the any given Sunday trope. Anybody can win.
Yep.
We've seen 16 seeds knock off 1 seeds. We've seen every version of an outcome for the most part we have seen. Nothing is more exciting than seeing that 2,000 person college knock down the Division 1 20-year powerhouse.
I will say this: we didn't see a ton of upsets last year.
No, we didn't see a ton.
We
but
didn't see
there
a
were
ton of
few.
upsets last year. Now, a lot of that they were trying to make that claim, with the change of the transfer portal, NIL, yada yada yada. I get all that, but March Madness is still March Madness. You can never say that there's a boring March Madness.
No.
Last year, folks wanted to say it because you had nothing but a bunch of 1 seeds in the Final Four. Do you know how rare that is? That's more rare than most people think.
Let's look it up. Hold on. How many times has there been 4 1 seeds in the Final Four? 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. All 4 number 1 seeds have reached the Final Four twice, occurring in 2008 and 2025. That's it. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So a situation like that, is it boring? No, but it's kind of expected. Is it as fun as the random 12 seed in there? No, but it's still cool. There is nothing more. Even when you get like the 1 versus the 2 seed, you still get those crazy. Who was it? Was it Nova or was it Xavier who hit that?
Nova
hit that. I didn't even realize the clock was expiring. I was at the edge of my seat, and then I just hear the buzzer go off, and it goes through the net. Like it March Madness is beyond exciting, and there's nothing like it, man. There's really not.
It's nothing like it. And right now, these are the projected seedings.
Right, projected seeds for the top 16
like all of them, all of them you can't question. Now, Iowa State took a big loss against BYU.
Yes, they did.
That might get knocked down. And Houston lost to Arizona, but I don't think that should, because that's a quad 1 loss, and I don't understand the whole quad system yet.
Michigan just got smacked by Duke, didn't they?
Not smacked, but they did lose. But here's the thing: when if a Michigan team's a number 1 seed and you lose to another number 1 seed, I don't believe that should knock you down to a number 2 seed because you lost to a 1 seed. I'm fine with that. Now, if you want to say Duke deserves to be the number 1 overall seed because of that matchup, you got me there. I agree with you on that one. But I think because Iowa State lost at BYU, I think that should knock them down. I will move Houston up because they lost to Arizona. I don't know Purdue's record at this current point in time. But if I had to choose who at the number two spot should move to the number one to move to one of those top four number one seeds, I would go Houston over Purdue at this moment in time.
I think my Gators are a little low, but it is what it is.
Your Gators gonna win the SEC. I already understand that.
Mhm.
Look, they beat the crap out of us. We're playing really good basketball right now. We won, I think 6, 7 straight since that Gators since that Sunday game against the Gators. Yeah,
Something like that.
we won against
I,
that.
I
We
would be
got
more upset if
I think we
Florida.
got
I
one
would
more
be.
quad. We got one more quad one type game left on our schedule, and that's
Mhm.
Tennessee. That can probably notch us up to be like get one of those maybe top four seeds, because we should jump Vandy, even though Vandy did beat us, but like they kind of gone mid. But that's
I
neither
would
here
have
nor
been a
there.
little more upset if Kansas wasn't, or if Kansas was a 2 seed and we were a 3 seed. Us being a 3 seed with Kansas, I'm okay with.
Yeah, you got to be okay with that,
I'm
because
okay
right
with
now
that.
the one, yeah, you have to. I think y'all are playing good basketball right now. Y'all are gonna win the regular
We had a
season. Now,
slow
as far as
start. We had a slow
yeah,
start.
you did, but then y'all find your identity and you realize, hey, we got about 5 different types of trees out here.
Hmm.
Let's treat every game like it's Arbor Day.
Why are we playing small ball? We could play tall ball. Let's go.
Facts. And then you got a talented guard in like in Boogie Flan.
Hmm.
So like even if
We
you
figured it
jack up a
out.
bunch of threes, you got rebounders.
Yeah, we figured it out. We're good. We got
Yeah.
there. What team do you think is going to of let's go back to these. What team do
Okay.
you think of these? Let's pick a pretender from each one of the top four.
Texas Tech.
Okay, so four
I
seed,
can't
you got
explain
Texas
it,
Tech.
but I can't explain it. They had one game recently where they just did not like they did not play good. So I would go Texas. I would go Texas Tech. Vandy, I don't want to say pretender per se because they're a well coached basketball team. I
Hmm.
just don't see them going far
I'll meet you with
because
Tech
of
on the four
matchup.
seed.
So I would go Texas Tech. I would go Vandy. A
Three.
pretender in the 3 seed.
Hmm. To me, it's between
I
Nebraska
gotta
or
say,
Kansas.
Nebraska's playing good basketball, but I gotta say them. I know what I'm getting out of Florida. I know what I'm getting out of Kansas, even without DP and Gonzaga. Come on now.
It's Gonzaga.
It's the
We
Zag.
know what we're getting out of Gonzaga every year. I
Let's
would
see.
say, yeah, I'm with you on Nebraska. I think it comes down
Number
between
two,
Nebraska and Kansas.
I'm always gonna believe in UConn. I'm always gonna believe in Coach Sampson in Houston. Now, if Houston's going against
Hmm.
Alabama, Bama's beating them because they haven't beaten us in a long time. So if I had to go if I had to go like pretender, I'll go Illinois because I know what I'm getting out of Brandon Smith with Purdue. And there's not, and again, currently I say Iowa State.
I'm
Other than
with you on
that,
that.
Arizona, Duke, Michigan, they're in a class of their own.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100% on that. We don't disagree on this. We don't disagree on this one. So, yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. I think it comes down to Texas Tech because you look at Virginia's always a well coached team. Vandy's a well coached team. Michigan State's a well coached team. So it comes down to Texas Tech. Florida is finding their stride. Nebraska's playing really good basketball right now. But again, I haven't seen them make a push in a while. Kansas is Kansas. They're perennial. You're pretty much always a perennial bracket bound team. And you get Gonzaga is Gonzaga again. Another situation. UConn is UConn. I have no lack of faith in Houston, and Purdue has been steady playing. So Illinois by default on that one, and again Iowa State for the 1 seed because we know what we're getting with Michigan, we know what we're getting with Duke, and we know what we're getting with Arizona. I'm with you 100%.
So
So
right now, just want to go ahead and point this out, and folks put this on your schedule. There are 11 days until, as of right now, there are 11 days until the World Baseball Classic. There's 18 days until NFL free agency.
mhm.
24 days until March Madness. 33 days until MLB on opening day. We will touch base on opening day for MLB a little bit later on, a little bit weeks later on. 47 days until the Masters. And again, I'm a Georgia boy. I know Augusta very well, so shout out to them. The NBA playoffs will be in 56 days. Not sure how much hype there's going to be into it, but
Eh,
let's just keep it a book. And then the NFL draft is in 61 days, and the 2026 NFL World, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is in 110 days.
Here
So a
we go.
lot of things to look forward to in this upcoming year.
Absolutely. So, all right, man, you got anything else you want to get into?
Nah, bro.
Hey, we got a little early tonight. So, thank you guys for listening. We really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for chiming in. Go check us out on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all that fun stuff at TDSN Pod. If you like the show, you know what to do. Rate 5 stars, comment, all that fun stuff on whatever platform you're listening to. Don't know why it works, but it does. Feed the algorithm gods and keep bumping us up those little podcast charts. If you didn't like the show, that's fine. We appreciate the time. We appreciate giving us a shot, but no reason to be negative. You go your way, we'll go ours, and we thank you for your time as always. We can't give you the 45 minutes of your life back. We would if we could, but we can't. If you do want to get a shout out, those always come at the end of the show. They come from telling us that you've liked the show, retweet the show, 5 stars, all the fun stuff. Show us the ratings, or if you're a show that, if you were a first-time listener for us or a long-time listener with us, you like us, we think you'll like them too. So they always get shouts out as well. Shout out always comes at the end of the show. Always go check out Jim. We're a fan of the van. Him and I do a show called Steel and Till. It should be coming back relatively soon. Its work slows down for me. Brent over at 1420 Sports. Aaron at Brutally Honest Sports. Darian over at Chill Takes. We were supposed to have him on a while ago. We're going to get him back on again. The guys over at IAP Radio. Eman over at Amateur Sports. Him and Jim do a show called Cigar and Sports. Go check that out. Always go check out Sports After Dark. Football season's over, so I'm probably not going to jump on those spaces for a little bit until something crazy happens. If you're a wrestling fan, whether you're a hardcore fan like Jalen or a casual fan like myself, go check out John at Wrestling Fan Insight. And go check out Nate's Daily Wager. Please gamble responsibly. Don't bet the rent. Thank you. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Peace.